Wednesday, January 9th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Let's start off with a look at the radar this morning, and we are precipitation free here across the Carolinas, but you don't have to go too far away to begin to find some rain, stretching from Illinois and Indiana down through Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. In fact, some pretty heavy pockets of rain during the 5 o'clock hour along Interstate 65 there south of Nashville, and then the rain gets really heavy in many spots down into Texas and Louisiana. That is where the heaviest rain continues to occur with this system. Check out Stormcast, the RPM modeling, and forecast rain totals as we move forward. You can see some really generous rain amounts in some spots, and that's in addition to what has already occurred. So because of all that, you have some flood watches out over parts of Texas, Louisiana, southernmost Arkansas, and southeastern Oklahoma. And then on the west side of the system, some winter weather products. A couple of winter weather advisories, even a winter storm warning there in westernmost Texas, where the cold air is interacting with the precipitation and causing some pretty good areas of snow. Now, the highs around here yesterday were in the 50s. It's going to be a milder day today. Right now, it's chilly, but not as cold. We had a lot of 20s on the board for lows yesterday morning. This morning, it's 30s and 40s, and we're going to wind up at the 60s as some of this milder air from the southern parts of the U.S. continues to gradually creep our way. Here's the setup. We're going to have a mixture of some clouds and sunshine today. Really, I think a pretty good amount of cloud cover as the moisture from this big system continues to gradually work northeast and in our direction. So here's what it looks like on Stormcast. You'll see a lot of clouds building into the region today. And then one of our cold air damming scenarios begins to set up tomorrow. A lot of cloud cover tomorrow. Probably not much rain tomorrow, but as we do get into tomorrow night and Friday, especially in the foothills and the western Piedmont areas, there's going to be a good chance of seeing a little bit of rain at times. All right, on to the modeling here. This is what it looks like on the GFS for today. And notice that is a slow-moving system in Texas as we go out to the day tomorrow. This is tomorrow evening, and you'll notice here for our region, high pressure right there has successfully built down the eastern side of the mountains, and that wedge will hold into Friday. In fact, it looks like Thursday night and Friday is when we'll get most of the shower activity with this system. So temperatures probably held down pretty significantly in those cold air damming areas for Friday, but I still think that wedge is long gone for the weekend. Saturday, we see highs push up to 70 or better in many locations, and even a couple ticks warmer than on Sunday with that front holding just to our west. Now, the timing is a little bit different between the GFS and the European in terms of when that front gets in here. Let me show you what it looks like on the GFS. That front Monday still holding off to our west, and even on Tuesday, even on Tuesday there, you see the front just beginning to nose into the region. And finally, the low pressure develops and moves along the front, and the whole thing sweeps on through here on the GFS by Thursday. Now, look what happens at the upper levels. This is on the European. Here we are today. There's your upper level. I'm sorry, this is actually tomorrow. Upper level low over the Red River Valley that quickly by Friday races up and weakens into the Great Lakes. But look at that trough digging in out west. This is what it looks like Monday morning. And again, the European still wants to cut off the energy on the tail end of this trough. So watch that unfold. By 180 hours next Wednesday, the trough has left that piece behind on the European. And finally, by 240 hours, that's the look on the European. But let's compare 180 hours. Again, there's the European. On the GFS, it stays one consolidated full latitude trough. It all sweeps through here later on next week on the GFS. So still some differences amongst the modeling with whether or not that tail end of the trough will cut off. That'll make a difference in exactly how the specifics unfold for us next week. So we'll see how that continues to unfold as we get into next week's forecast. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.